What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the We'll See You Later podcast, episode 58. I am your host, Jeremy. This episode is brought to you by Happy's Energy and Nutrition, the best energy and nutrition on the planet. This is the one and only Willie Ray Portals.
Hey, Jeremy, what did 50 Cent do when he was hungry?
I don't know.
58.
58.
What's up, everybody? We hope everybody had a great 4th of July weekend.
We sure did.
Yeah, we did. If we start this podcast off with anything, it's may God continue to bless the United States of America.
Absolutely.
Happy 249th birthday, baby girl. You don't look a day over 200. Next year's going to be 250. Almost turning over an odometer next year. Lady Liberty, you're looking good, sweetheart.
Today's episode, guys, we're going to do, obviously, right out of the gate, we're going to hit you with our portals for the baseball team. And then we have a little draft that we have decided to make for you guys to have a little fun. We're going to stick with America theme here. And then we're going to get out of here. We're not going to be in your hair for too long. I know you guys got to do, all right?
Right. The last episode you guys got of us, we were really sad.
We were. Worst episode so far.
Yeah, kind of put a bow on Arkansas baseball season. And so we're back at it.
We are.
Energy's back up. And it's funny, as low as we were when the baseball season ended, there's good and bad in the transfer portal era.
There is.
But the fact of the matter is when you're Arkansas and you're one of the best programs in America, the portal season gets fun.
You just start reloading.
Right. You get introduced to the new studs that are gonna make you fall in love with next year. Some of these names, like, look, they're going to be your new favorites.
Yeah.
They just are.
As much as we fall in love with this baseball team, we know that they're going to have to do like the Beatles and break up and go on to bigger and better things. And some guys are going to go to different schools and some guys are going pro. And we've got to reload. And the good thing about Arkansas baseball is we have the ability to do so.
Yeah, Arkansas does not rebuild. There's no such thing as a rebuilding year. It is reload and get right back to it
every time.
You've got the names, you've got them listed right
here.
Sure
do.
So we can just go from the top, and I'll let Jeremy read some stats off, and then as a baseball geek, I will give you my 2 cents for what they're worth. Those 2 cents won't buy you anything, but I do a lot of research. This class is going to rank right up there with anybody in the country.
Yeah, for sure. Right out of the gate, we had a quick transfer early from Jackson Wells, UALR pitcher. We got to see him a little bit this year. Went down to Louisiana and did something a little special.
Yeah.
Jackson Wells had a 5.36 ERA, did go 3-8 on the year. Again, he was at Euler, not hating there. The big thing for me, 97 strikeouts to 35 walks.
Yeah, he doesn't walk anybody.
87 and 1/3 innings pitched. Gave up 95 hits total and 52 earned runs, and the batting average against him was around 279.
The biggest thing you need to take away from this, you remember a guy named Paul Skeens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. Everything for the LSU Tigers the last time they won the national championship before 2 weeks ago. He's doing it all for the Pirates. He won every award you could possibly win in college. You would figure the guy would have been the one to lead the country in ERA that year. But you'd be wrong. It was Jackson Wells by about 2/100ths of a point.
Which is wild.
So it's in there. You look at his numbers and you think, well, like you'll get better just because of the competition and because of the resources that you have here at Arkansas. Plus, it's a cool story. I mean, he's an Arkansas kid.
Yeah.
That made good for himself in the postseason. He was their guy. Ran them through the OVC tournament and then ended up pitching well against LSU in that regional. Don't let the numbers fool you. Look further back. It's been a couple of years, but it's in there. I think he will be a very valuable depth piece.
Absolutely.
And one of those kids that even in the portal era, you get one of these kids that it means a little bit extra to them that they're pitching with that Arkansas across their chest. So I'm excited about that. I think you got a really, really high ceiling here, but at the very worst, you've got an experienced depth piece, a midweek starter, maybe a spot guy at the back end of the rotation. You need these guys.
Yep. Assets right here. Next up, we had an SEC transfer, Oklahoma transfer, Willie. Jackson Kircher, 5.68 ERA, had 17 strikeouts, 5 walks, 13 hits, and 13 appearances. only had 12 and 2/3 innings and gave up 8 earned runs on the year.
Yeah,
for
so
Oklahoma.
the ERA is very skewed by the fact that he just didn't pitch very many innings.
Just 12 innings.
Yeah, it seems like was a specialty guy kind of, and you take a guy based on, again, a high ceiling. A lot of this stuff with the pitchers in particular is going to sound really repetitive because Arkansas goes out and gets guys that are toolsy.
They see something we don't, and they're going to pull it out.
And you give them to Matt Hobbs, and then all of a sudden these guys are SEC arms.
Right.
It happens every single year.
Yes.
When you have the best pitching coach in the United States of America, these guys are just drooling to get them up to campus, into that development center, in the hands of Matt Hobbs, and just watch them take off. I think
he's like a mad scientist in there.
Kircher's that way. Wells is that way. I think we're going to go straight into the arm from Vanderbilt.
Sure.
That is nasty.
Ethan McElvain, left-handed pitcher out of Vandy, 7.24 ERA, went 2-3. Did have a high strikeout, and he's a relief kind of guy. They batted .280 against him. He had 45 Ks with 28 walks and 27 innings, gave up 31 hits and 22 earned runs.
Again, low inning total.
Right.
I think the big thing here is he's highly rated in the portal because of that strikeout total.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's swing and miss stuff there. He's kind of that awkward delivery left-hander where his slider's nasty. That's a swing and miss pitch. Again, high ceiling is important because this coaching staff's going to get it out of you.
And I think you guys got to see as well that we've got guys. We're not looking for a Friday guy. We might not even be looking for a Saturday guy. We already have that.
That's the difference here. That's the most important thing here. Arkansas is not in a position like some of these teams are where you look and you see like a Georgia who's got 20-something kids out of the portal and they've made their living out of building rosters out of the portal. Arkansas doesn't have to do that, particularly this year, where it's just, look, we've got missing pieces where you need to hit. Arkansas returns a great deal of production from last year.
Right.
And that's what's exciting is you're going to mix they can cherry pick the guys that they want out of the portal,
right,
and then build it around this core of guys that were on the field the other night when we got our hearts broken.
Right.
And I think the Friday night guys already on staff. I think the Saturday guys already on staff, and who knows, the Sunday guy may be too. You may have a completely built rotation already on campus. It's not one of those things like it was even last year where you needed to go out and get a Zach Root. You needed to go out and get a Landon Bottles cheese because of what you were replacing.
Right.
You're not replacing that this year. It's a really good place to be.
Yeah.
And it leads if you're one of those people, if you're one of those fans, and I know they're out there that just look at the portal rankings and think, why is this guy telling me that this class matches up? Quantity matters. When you're talking about these rankings, you're not going to rank above somebody who's got 20-something kids out of the portal.
Yeah, we're at 8.
But we're talking about quality with Arkansas, and it's there. It's there. Pitching-wise, I think Arkansas is pretty well stacked up to where you're just kind of filling holes.
Yeah.
You're just kind of filling holes in the staff and hoping that some of these guys hit. You've already got plenty of depth. I think Gabe Gackel's your Friday night guy. I think probably you're looking at, I think Cole Gibler's your Saturday guy. The highest ceiling of any arm on the team and a future dominant Friday night guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think this has to be the year for Gackel. I think it will be. I think it matches up better than it did this year when they jumped him from All-American closer to Friday night starter.
Right.
It felt like a big jump, and it was. What you saw in the postseason and when he went to the bullpen is what I expect to see out of him full go now.
Yeah.
And you can have somebody like Aiden Jimenez, if he comes back, I think he will. I think the fact that he's just now a year and a half off of Tommy John be a good idea to come back and prove that you're healthy. So I think Arkansas has a full rotation already on campus.
For sure. Now we got some position players. This is where it gets interesting. Some of these guys are going to be draft eligible as well. And same with our guys. So there's no commitment there until after the draft to know if some of these guys are going to be staying with us, going pro, or our guys leaving. But we have insurance. First on the list, Zach Stewart played right field for Missouri State. He's a left-handed hitter, batted .269, 11 home runs, and 31 RBIs. We faced him this year.
A big, strong kid. I know he hit a home run in at least one of those midweek games. It might have been both. Big time power, really toolsy outfield guy. Could play outfield, could DH. This is one of those guys that it's a big time swing. It's big time power.
Yeah, kind of depends on, I think, a little bit about Cahillo's right field, if he's solid out there or not.
Yeah, Zach Stewart could play one of the corner outfield. I think he played center field for Missouri State. He could play one of the corners. He could play center in a pinch, and he could DH for you. So, really versatile guy. They expect him to make a big jump when he gets on campus with Nate Thompson.
Right.
Hot take, but Nate Thompson's actually really good at his job. Let him develop, because if you saw him swing that bat for Missouri State when he was here in Fayetteville, he crushes and he does not get cheated.
Yeah. And we're kind of known for that right now.
Yeah.
So our guys ain't getting cheated.
I love seeing stuff like this because it tells me that the coaching staff was paying attention. Nate Thompson, it was years ago, but he came from Missouri State. So he's going to pay attention to these kids, and he's got a connection there. There's no guarantee that he comes in and plays every day, but if he does, we'll be fine.
Right. Next on the list, sophomore out of Texas Tech, TJ Pompey, did get injured this year.
Yeah.
So his numbers are going to look a little funky to most, but 348 while he played, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs. He's 6'4", 200 pounds, plays third base. Willie Ray believes this is a massive upgrade from a Brent Iredale player who we believe will either transfer or possibly go pro.
Yeah. No disrespect to Brent Iredale, but Brent Iredale had kind of a different year. I mean, we're looking at a guy that hit, 14, 15 home runs and never hit one away from Baum Walker. Yep. He had stretches where you couldn't get him out, and then he had stretches that were just perplexing, where it almost looked like he never taken an at bat before.
Yeah.
I don't see this happening with TJ Pompey. This is a stud. You remember a couple of years ago, Texas Tech came to Baum Walker, and he was a freshman on that team, and I think he homered in both those games. This is a huge upgrade. Read off those numbers from this year, and then I'll throw the caveat in there.
348, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs.
18 games. Might have been an All-American had he had a full year. This was a really, really big pickup at a position of need. I'll go out on a limb. That's your third baseman. Hog Nation, get used to that name because he's going to play third and he's going to play every day.
This one right here is one of Willie's favorites. This man came from Ball State. All-MAC first team, All-MAC defensive team, third team All-American as a junior, shortstop. Dylan Grego bats .376 this year, 14 bombs, 55 RBIs, a 97.978 fielding percentage. If you're going to go off of Aloy, who we're trying to replace, which is an irreplaceable human being, we know, but this is the best we can get. Let's just say Aloy had 229 balls hit his way with 5 errors on the year. Grego had 230 with 5 errors.
Okay.
You're replacing a guy with a guy.
Exactly the same. You went and got a dude for a dude. I mean, you replace the first team All-American with the third team All-American. This is what Arkansas does. You just replace a dude with a dude. Now, again, he's draft eligible. So who knows? He doesn't go to Arkansas without intentions of playing there, particularly transferring from Ball State. All respect to Ball State. Right. But transferring from Ball State, he wants to be on the big stage for that last year. This will be his senior year. So this is technically his leverage year, but it's a little bit different when you're transferring from Ball State to Arkansas. You want that year where you're on the SEC stage,
right,
to show what you can do and hopefully get more money just based on the year that you put up.
Absolutely.
So big get by DVH and the guys. Dylan Grego is a dude to fill a position of need. You have to have a shortstop. We understand. You have to have a catcher. You have to have a shortstop, and you have to be solid in center field.
Right.
You got to be solid up the middle defensively, and Arkansas will be with. I know that's the last infield prospect. So if you're talking infield, I know Cam Kojal did not make Team USA. Tried out, didn't make the cut. He is in the fall league playing first base primarily. So I think that answers a question that Kojal will probably be your first baseman next year. And they're hoping that Nolan Souza recovers and plays second. So you're looking at an infield of Helfrich, Kojal, Souza, Pompey at third, and then Grego at shortstop. I mean, that's a 990 fielding percentage with that group. That's a team that could lead the SEC in fielding percentage, at least in the infield.
And then we've got two guys committed that are outfielders here besides Zach Stewart, which we don't know if he's going to fit in that mix or not just yet. We have a infielder and outfielder transferring from Marshall. His name is Micah New. And you're going to see this and be like, how the heck is it? I don't know why they spelled it this way. It looks cool. Maika, and then last name Niu, but it's Micah New. He is also draft eligible, junior, played shortstop and played outfield, fast as lightning. He batted 276, 15 homers, and 52 RBIs. I think, what'd they say, out of his 11 home runs in 13 games to finish the season? Last 13?
Yeah, the heater this guy's on is epic. And he's running up draft boards because of it. He had 15 home runs on the season. I think he hit 13 in his last 11 games or something crazy like that. Now he's gone into the Cape Cod League, and as of yesterday, already hit his 7th home run
the dude's on fire.
The summer. Like, yeah,
that's a wood bat.
He's losing his mind. Micah, I need you to calm down a little bit because I need you on campus, buddy. This is an insurance policy for Justin Thomas.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know if Justin Thomas will take the money. If he gets drafted and wants to go live his dream, all power to him. I'm never against a kid going pro if he feels like that's what he wants to do. This guy, like Jeremy said, played the bulk of his time at shortstop for Marshall. He will not do that here. His more natural position is actually center field. Too bad he's not athletic. You know what I mean? He's not in his natural position. His secondary position is shortstop. Must be nice to be athletic. If Justin Thomas decides to go pro, we're going to be just fine because I think this guy's going to be exciting in center field. It's worth the price of admission just to see this guy run.
Yeah, he had 5 triples, 14 doubles out of 50 stolen base attempts.
Right.
14 out of 15 got caught once.
Right.
So this guy's got world-class speed. There's a metric out there that baseball uses that's like a 0 to 80. And if you're listed above a 50 in a certain category, that's something that's very, very solid. They have Vahiva Aloy at, which I'm sure it might change, but they had him listed at a 48 for his throwing. This guy, for his throwing, is 55 on the rating and a 60 in his running, which is insane.
Anything 50 plus is considered elite. So what you're saying is he can run and he's got a cannon. He's got the makeup of a kid that plays center field and sometimes shortstop. We'll be very excited to get this guy on campus because you want to talk about tools. He's got everything.
I mean, if we're doing this too, outfield wise, JT stays, you put Micah might have to shift over. And then you have this other guy coming in who he's out of Lamar.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. This guy's starting and leading off.
Right. So this is where it's like Cahill might have to stay at DH.
Yeah.
And come out of the bullpen.
You're actually in a situation where that's not crazy to say that Cahill Aloy DHs again this year.
It could be because a guy transferred in, another outfielder. If JT stays, we might be stacked at some speed.
Now, you said when we got to Grego, you said that's one of my favorites. This is the guy right here. Damian Ruiz out of Lamar University is an absolute animal. When I'm talking about an on-base machine, read off the stats, and then I'm going to tell you his on-base percentage.
He is a junior. He played right field for Lamar. Bats .388 with 7 bombs, 14 stolen bases, 50 walks, 27 strikeouts. That's insane.
Okay.
46.
The 7 bombs were down. He's got way more power than that. You saw 50 walks compared with 27 strikeouts while hitting .388. This man's on-base percentage, 511.
This man's on base a lot.
More than half the time he bats.
A lot. His choices, he narrowed us down. We were in his final 3. He picked us over Mississippi State and LSU.
It was always either Arkansas or the draft, which means Mr. Ruiz did not come here for free.
Right.
But That's how it works. I'm telling you right now, for those of you guys that have been with the podcast for a minute, you knew it was big Maxwell guy. I was big on
It's funny that this guy plays the same position.
yeah, I was big on Logan Maxwell. We're headed towards, I might be a big Ruiz guy. I could see myself being a big Pompey guy as well. Who knows? Right. Maxwell wasn't a thing during the offseason. It was after seeing him play.
Yeah. And I mean, look at his numbers. What do you have? 3 home runs at TCU?
Yeah, it was after seeing him play, and you went, that swing only had 3 homers.
What'd they do wrong?
Right. Arkansas just reloaded. Spoiler alert, Arkansas is going to win a bunch of baseball games next year.
Willie Ray has a prospect that he believes is on his way to Fayetteville.
Yeah, this is all but done.
He does have a do not contact tag, so nobody can reach out to him unless he reaches out to you. He is a sophomore right-handed pitcher from Stanford. His name is Joey Volchko.
Which is cool because he would just be called Volch.
He had a 6.01 ERA, pitched 70 and 1/3 inning for Stanford, had 56 strikeouts, 34 walks, gave up 79 total hits and 47 earned runs. They averaged 280 against him. Willie Ray likes this guy.
What they don't tell you is if you Google the Stanford pitching staff, I think they had one guy with an ERA under 5. Not good times on the mound for the Cardinal. What we don't need to do is look at the numbers. Stop me if you've heard that before when referring to pitchers. What we need to look at is there are multiple outlets that have this guy as the number 1 arm in the 2026 class. It is a plus fastball. It is a plus slider. Get him to Matt Hobbs and let him work. Trust who you have on staff because they're going out and getting the guys that pass the eye test. And if they have issues, we'll work them out.
Right.
That's not done, but I'm here to tell you it's going to happen. When somebody has a do not contact tag, they already know where they're going. Normally, when a kid goes into the transfer portal, it's free for all. Every school that wants him is reaching out. This guy went into the transfer portal with a do not contact tag. It's just what it sounds like. It's I'll contact you. Don't call me. I'll call you. These kids who do that know where they're going. He's going to the University of Arkansas.
Let's hope so. So we'll keep you up to date. That's all the transfer portals and our input on that. We're going to keep you up to date every time we get big pops. All right, Will. Now we're going to have some fun.
Can you tell that this was a complete Jeremy Wilson brainchild?
Being that this past weekend we had our birthday for America, I thought we should make a list of these categories as the most American draft of 2025. 10 categories for 10 rounds of the most American things that we believe.
Are we snake drafting?
Yes. All right. So I'm going to give you a category. First round, food.
Ooh.
What is the most American food according to Willie Ray?
I've got 2 in mind, but I'm going with 1 due to versatility. We put it on everything. We have it for breakfast. You have it for lunch. You have it for dinner. You can put it on just about anything, and it makes everything better except your cholesterol. Give me bacon.
Bacon.
Give me bacon.
Bacon was on my list. You'll never be able to convince me that this is not America at its finest.
Okay.
Give me a ballpark Frank.
Okay.
Give me a good old hot dog.
That's a reach.
What?
That's a reach.
How is that a reach? Everybody goes to a baseball game.
Right. I don't disagree.
The second category is a sport. And I know what people want and what you're probably going to say.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2, right?
There's 2. There's one that has been America's pastime, and there's one that currently is America's pastime. So it's which way you want to go.
I am going to go neither one.
You are out of your mind.
You ready for the sport that I'm going to choose to be straight up America?
Go ahead.
And this is going to throw you for a loop. Nothing gets better than the old, or nothing gets better than the old. No.
Explain what you just did, because that just looks like a bunch of noises.
I just hit a home run.
Okay.
And then I was a quarterback.
So he's not going baseball and he's not going football, in which case he's wrong. And now I have to make the choice between the 2.
Gentlemen, Start your engines.
You are out
NASCAR
of your
all day.
mind.
Give me NASCAR right out of the gate.
Do you realize that there's an America above the Mason-Dixon line? I'm a Southern.
Read the sign. Raise hell. Praise Dale. It's NASCAR.
I'm as Southern as it gets. So I appreciate, as far as passion, there's not a more passionate fan base for any sport ever. But you left out about 25 states that don't care about NASCAR.
It's the most American thing ever. NASCAR.
Okay. I'm going to go. Obviously, the two choices here are the current American pastime, which is football, or the historical American pastime, which is baseball. For me, I'm taking baseball.
Baseball. Willie Ray, third round. Drink of choice that is the most American.
I mean, this was the easiest choice of all. Give me an ice cold brewski.
A beer.
Yeah, give me this was the easiest choice out of all of them. It's like, what's more American than a cold brew? Now, granted, most of those beers probably came from somewhere that's not American. Give me a cold Budweiser, a couple diesels.
I almost just stayed Southern. I almost picked sweet tea.
I was about to. You went sweet tea, didn't you?
Almost. I hate sweet tea. Believe it or not.
Get out of here.
Truly hate it.
Leave.
I love lemonade. Grew up on it. Most universal drink. We just say it all differently. In the South, we like to call it a Coke. Up north, they call it a pop. And somewhere else, they call it a soda. A nice ice cold Coca-Cola. Just a regular old school Coca-Cola. I mean, I remember the Christmas commercials.
Yeah.
With the polar bears.
Yeah. He went with purity. I went with degeneracy.
Next in line is movie. I got two. And they're both. I got two. I'm going to pick the one that's my favorite because every year I watch it on the 4th of July.
Okay. Now I don't have to pick it, which is great.
The one and only The Sandlot.
Okay.
Is the most American. If you say my second, it is what it is.
I don't think I'll say your second, but it'll be really hard to argue once I lay it down. The Sandlot's a top movie for me. I mean, we were on the same wavelength. I watch it every year on 4th of July, too. We were watching it at the same time. The movie that'll teach you the most about American history, because our boy throughout this movie was just making a cameo in everything in American history from the 1960s on. Life is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what
you never know what you're going to get. You can tell a lot about a person by their shoes. I'm wearing my magic shoes.
I'm wearing the Forrest Gump shoes right now, Willie Ray.
Give me Forrest Gump.
That was my number 2.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tell on you. We just edited out that that Jeremy brought up what his number 2 was and totally shit all over mine. I was going to do something about a box of chocolate, dude. And yeah, that's why he laughed whenever I did the box of chocolates line.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that it was going to be yours. That was just my second one. Willie Ray, first
Hold
round.
on. Because I got a hot take about that movie. And this may go off on another tangent. What's your thoughts on Jenny? Good or bad?
I think she has a good heart. Terrible decision maker.
She's a horrible person. She uses Forrest and then only shows back up once he's filthy rich. She comes walking back into the yard while he's mowing his grass. Oh, hey, does the horizontal mambo, leaves the next day, then only reaches out to him after she finds out she's got AIDS and is going to die. She could have killed him. Because obviously that happened when she was going through her little hippie stage where I don't think she's a good person at all. And I think she was a toxic deal for Forrest. Anyway, I'm done.
Willie Ray, round 5. Activity. What's something that's
very
just, that's
vague.
American?
Yeah, I'm going to go with just that good old cookout, bro.
Shit.
America.
Mine was grilling.
Yeah, we're breaking the grill out. You probably got New Balances on. You know, the guy on the grill probably has a haircut similar to yours. Probably has his shirt tucked into his shorts with his sock pulled up real high. And you know the food's about to be busting. I can't go wrong. Everybody's down for a cookout.
For sure. I'm going to go with mudding.
Bro, you are
Mudding.
You are an absolute just. I know you, so I know your line of. I'm
gonna go mudding.
Yeah, this dude is
I wanted to say shooting guns.
Bright redneck dude.
Round 6, animal. I got this wrapped in the bag.
I mean,
the animal.
Yeah, there's only one right answer here. Hit him with it.
The bald eagle, baby. No. That's horrible. The bald eagle.
Yeah, there was only one right answer here. And then for me, it's an easy answer. For me, the only backup answer is the big guard dog. It's a dog. What's more American than a guy and his dog?
Yeah.
We don't deserve the type of love that dogs give us.
Round 7. What song is the most American song through your eyes?
This is where I go regional and do what you mean. There is only one true answer. What song is it you want to hear? Give me Free Bird.
Free Bird.
Give me Free Bird.
All right. I am going. You didn't pick mine. I think the easy answer would have been God Bless the USA.
Yeah, let's just say that this song was excluding like patriotic, the Star Spangled Banner, or God Bless the USA, or like, yeah, we understand that's American. That's what it was written for.
We're talking about more like radio style.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to go with, I think the name says it all. Made in America by one Toby Keith.
If I was going to go Toby Keith, I would have went courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. But I'm not mad at it. R.I.P. legend.
My old man said, old man.
Yeah. Well,
I love that.
We'll put a boot in your ass. I mean, who doesn't love that?
We're going next, round 8. Sports franchises. This is tough.
No, it's not. The first one's not.
I know what I'm picking because this is my true belief just because of one man. I am picking the Chicago Bulls because of Mr. Michael Jordan and how far he reaches. They're still wearing his jersey,
his shoes,
his shoes. Like,
yeah, the shoes are a game changer. But
you can call me stupid all you want. You could have went with the easy answer and picked the Yankees.
It's not
or the Red Sox.
It's not stupid, but it's just a reach. The only team that calls themselves America's team. Give me the Dallas Cowboys. That was easy. I honestly thought you were going to take them, so that made it easy for me.
No, none at all. I wanted to go kind of wild. Round 9, music artists.
We don't talk about this very often, but I am a singer-songwriter. I am a frontman for a band. I've written songs for 25 years, and music means a lot to me. So being a singer-songwriter, this is a heavy question, but I think it says a lot about the type of music that speaks to us when we pick out who is your most American, who's your guy. Honorable mention to a couple of guys, but I'm going to go with history, and I'm going to say Johnny Cash. I defy you to listen to Ragged Old Flag by Johnny Cash and not crying and covered in goosebumps by the end of it.
I got a couple, and I think the easy choice for me would have been like a Toby Keith for sure.
Yeah, he was my honorable mention along with like Merle Haggard or somebody like that.
But there's a guy out there that to me, I listen to him nonstop and I could never get tired of him. I think if we're going off like American-based songs, Toby Keith's your guy. I'm obsessed with, and I think I forever will be, and I think whenever he eventually passes, his legacy will be like a Cash-esque style. Give me George Strait.
I'm not mad at it. The King. Honorable mention to bands like Leonard Skinner.
Ugh.
Or, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Our northern fans will say guys like Bruce Springsteen. It's Elvis, a good one. But for me, it's what I grew up with. Yeah, all you have to do is listen to 5 seconds of one of my songs, and you know how influential Johnny Cash is on everything I do. To me, it's Johnny Cash from Dyess, Arkansas.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, we do.
The 10th and final round, miscellaneous. Something that has not been said or just an item maybe that you like. It could be anything. I want to say like, the easy pick would have been like an American flag. I'm trying to stay away from some of those things and just make it everyday normal things that are not fully submerged into what we're doing. Give me a red Solo cup. I feel like that is the most universal cup in the entire dang country. And you
so
see that
am
red
I
Solo
less
cup.
American if I have a yellow one?
Yes. Give me a
Like-
red Solo cup. That's at everybody's house.
That's wild. That is wild.
You have miscellaneous?
Give me a Stetson cowboy hat.
Okay.
A Stetson hat to me is American.
That's our draft. You ready for your list and mine? That Willie Ray goes, the most American draft for Willie Day will consist.
What a day,
Will's
dude.
going to be eating some bacon. He's watching baseball and drinking a beer. Then he's going to nightcap it with Forrest Gump
Oh, my God. Let's
while
go.
having a cookout with his dog, blaring Freebird, wearing his Dallas Cowboy outfit. Then here comes his favorite artist, Johnny Cash, on the radio next, all while wearing his Stetson Cowboy hat.
I mean, I'm just saying I could send that to Chat GPT and it can make a photo of me. Like, you've known me like that's me, bro. Like, that's 100% me. I'm going to go do that tonight.
For Jeremy's most American draft, I'll be eating a ballpark Frank, watching some NASCAR, drinking a Coca-Cola. Following the race, we will be watching Sandlot. We'll probably go mudding in between there. We're definitely going to go look for a bald eagle. We're listening to Made in America by Toby Keith with our Chicago Bulls jersey on, MJ, followed by some George Strait on the radio. And we'll be drinking that Coca-Cola out of a red Solo cup.
The Chicago Bulls thing is still wild to me.
I went with MJ. I just feel like America.
If we're going athlete, sure.
But I think that he's so ingrained with that bull. Like everybody's either wearing a D Rose jersey or an MJ jersey, and it's like 90-10. Yeah. And then the rest are nobody.
The shoes are definitely a game changer because I love Jordans.
Got anything else, my friend? I enjoyed this one.
This was fun.
I enjoyed this one. We'll be doing more of these kind of things, guys. Comment at the bottom the next draft or the next thing you want us to build.
Yeah, like
in our own
countdown draft style stuff because we're in talking season now. Up until football season, we're not going to be doing stuff where we cover something big every week. It's going to be a lot of discussion, going to be a lot of things like this where you learn a little bit about Jeremy and myself.
I might get Willie into some NASCAR as well, so we can start talking about it. He is now becoming a fan.
Yeah, I've adopted a driver, which I've clearly, that's the biggest thing.
Yes.
With NASCAR culture is you have to adopt a driver, and then you inherently hate whoever that driver doesn't like.
Yeah. So
I'm down with that. You care so much that it makes me want to care. It makes me want to care. I want some of that joy in my life.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm a Ryan Blaney diehard.
Do we want to unveil my new driver, like the driver that I've chosen on like it deserves its own episode.
It does.
It deserves its own
He's going to keep you guys out of the whereabouts. He's getting more and more, I guess, educated and doing a little bit more. Will's a research guy.
I am a research
He's a
guy.
big research guy. So he won't just tell you his guy. He'll tell you stats about him.
I need to know if the personalities match up with mine.
Yeah,
I need to know if the values match up with mine. I need to know if he dislikes the same people that I dislike, which, spoiler alert, it's not Joey Logano. F that dude in his A.
Right here.
F that dude.
He's always a squinty eyed.
It's not Joey Logano. So take that suspense out. I hate that dude.
Joey Logano's Ryan Blaney's teammate, and I hate him. So,
yeah, I hate that dude.
We will do a NASCAR episode. Maybe when the playoffs start in NASCAR, a couple weeks.
Yeah,
playoffs.
The banner says it all. When I was a kid, we were 10 or 11 years old when Dale Earnhardt died.
2001.
Yeah, and that felt like if I was going to get into NASCAR, now I'm not. Because he was everybody's guy. Arkansas, we had the contingent for Mark Martin out of Batesville, and because he drove the Viagra car. Wink, wink.
The Kellogg's as well. The Valvoline is what I remember.
Yeah, I think when Earnhardt died, it kind of like any passion that the young me had to get into it, like a bunch of my closest friends were Earnhardt guys, and it was like losing a family member. So that kind of pushed me away from NASCAR. Because all it was for a young me was that thing that Dale Earnhardt did when he died. So,
but luckily his son picked up the torch.
Yeah, and
not on the track per se. I mean, he picked up the torch and did great.
Yeah,
7 championships. There's a Mount Rushmore of NASCAR. There's 3 guys on it right now. You can't really you can debate a fourth. It's Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty. All three of them are 7 champions.
No matter who your fourth guy is, we know who your 3 guys are.
Have to be.
The only debate is who your 4th guy is.
Exactly. But what has been the torch of being picked up and moving to sport, Dale Jr. has done that phenomenally.
He's done a lot.
Still in it.
He's done a lot of off the track stuff where it's a lot of that, fairly or unfairly, was look, you're gonna have to carry this sport because of what your name is.
Yeah, he. What's crazy? I know we'll talk more about him, but for that year, his dad died at Daytona at the 500, and Dale Sr.'s best friend got first place. Junior got second place. Senior was doing something he never does by defending and blocking, gets wrecked, does kill him. His son gets second, Waltrip, wins the 500, can't celebrate, big crash. Fast forward, I think it's 4 months. They come back to Daytona because they go to the track every year. Dale Jr. was there for a week to make sure that he could mentally race on this track. They went 1-2 in the Coca-Cola 600, and Dale Jr. won that race, and Michael Waltrip got second. It was the most poetic, beautiful story. And they said even if you watch the show, Earnhardt's incredible, by the way. Dale Jr. produced it. It's phenomenal. That moment in NASCAR, I felt like the weight of his death kind of lifted just a little. I mean, it's still heavy.
It healed a lot of people.
It let people know we're going to be okay. It's just different.
Yeah, it healed a lot of people.
It was beautiful.
I think everybody was a Junior fan that day.
Everybody. He was in that car with him. You could feel it.
Yeah, I think everybody was a Junior fan that day. And he's a real likable guy. He's a real likable guy that has done well for himself. Despite, I don't know how somebody could do better being the son of the guy. It's like, are you going to be anything like your dad or your granddad or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's as good as you can do it. That's as good as you can do it.
Yeah.
So I was kind of, if I did have a driver that I kept up with after that, it was just Dale Jr. because of that.
Yeah. But we're going to do a whole episode of NASCAR vibes. Will picking. We'll do that for playoffs, probably. Final 16 guys.
Because that'll give me time to like order some merch.
There you go. All right. We're going to get out of here just because I think we've wasted enough of your time with your name.
It's been a fun episode.
It has been fun.
I had fun.
It has been fun. Comment at the bottom your list, your most American list, maybe things we missed. There's probably a lot. I know a lot of people.
Yeah, I didn't put apple pie anywhere on that list. So
I know that's
a problem.
I know I didn't put a lot of stuff on there. It's questionable. It's only questionable to you.
I
believe it to be true.
I can already hear the NFL fans that are saying baseball's washed up. It's football now. I get it. I love baseball though.
I'll have both of them because I picked NASCAR.
Yeah,
this redneck. Yeah, you're damn right. All right,
this guy over here.
You dang right.
When I said there's not a more loyal fan base in the world, this is who I was talking about because he knew it was crazy and he did it anyway.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna get out of here, guys. That wraps up episode 58. What did 50 do? 58. Thank you guys so much for spending your afternoon with us, your morning with us, your night with us, whatever it may be. We appreciate the heck out of you guys. Before you guys get out of here, Willie Ray has 3 things that you might want to live by before you leave.
Number 1, Joey Logano. No. Number 1, don't piss in the wind. Number 2, coming up on football season, y'all. Hogs by a million. Number 3, some would say most importantly, don't you ever trust a fart. And until next time, guys,
we'll see you later.